Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on a couple of things. A video game that just recently came out called Mistfall Hunters. Hunter? Is it Hunters or Hunter? Okay, it's called just Mistfall Hunter. So, it's an extraction shooter game. I think it's obvious that right now we are in I guess we're in like a trend to just randomly release a bunch of different extraction shooters. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little distracted, but anyways, it's like it's an extraction. Well, I don't think it's an extraction shooter. I think it's like an extraction fighting game because it looks like it takes place during a time where guns don't exist. Now, when I heard about this game, I'm like, oh, okay, sounds interesting, sounds cool. Seeing that it was on Xbox Game Pass. Oh, okay, cool. I'll just go ahead, download it, see what it's all about and all that. And I'm like, all right, cool. So, anyways, for those that don't know, I like playing games on my PC. I get a bigger screen. I'm able to play on the mouse and keyboard. It's just certain games where I'm like, I have to play them on a mouse and keyboard. I just can't play certain games with a controller. Now, I wouldn't mind playing this game with the controller, but if I'm going to have the same experience that I had on PC, I'm not going to fool with this game. And a lot of the times, developers, I don't know why they be doing that. Like, you'll come out with a game, you know that the game's going to be buggy. Why would you release it in that state? So, I download the game finally. I'm playing it. The game is started. You know how like when you're playing a game on PC and then it just like a random like freeze or something, like it was freezing up a little bit. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't know why the game is doing this. You would think that the developers would have their acts together when they're releasing the game and be like, oh, okay, well, we don't want people to experience this when they're playing the game for the first time. So how about this? Release the game later, or when you're releasing the game day one, no bugs, no problems, no errors, no nothing. I'm trying to play a video game. That's what I'm trying to do. And it trips me out, like a lot of developers get away with that. They get away with releasing buggy games. And it's like, why do you think people want to pay money for something that's, filled with bugs? Like, my thing is this. If you go out and you buy yourself a house. Now, if they're telling me that this is an early access house, then okay, then I'm like, okay, I know that there's probably going to be some renovations and things that I need to do to said house. But if you tell me that this is a fully built house, the windows are cracking. Why are they cracking? I don't know why they're cracking. There's some electrical power outlets. Yeah, power outlets where they're not giving me no power. The toilet doesn't flush properly. When I try to wash my hands, there's cold water coming out when I turn the hot knob. When I turn the cold knob, hot water comes out. When I take a shower, the lights go out. When I open up the garage, the sprinklers out the ground come out. You see what I'm saying? Like, fam, who wants to live in a house where it has that many problems? So, switching back to video games, if there is all of these bugs that's going on, that's being reported with your guys' game, why not just come out with an update and fix it? And that's the thing where it's like developers, I feel like that they get offended a lot of times, like when people talk badly about their game. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, if you didn't release a bad game, I wouldn't have to talk badly about it. But if you release a good game, then I'm going to say good things about it. And the one thing that trips me out, though, is because, so I recently had posted a kind of like a review of it on TikTok. And, I can't, what did I even say in the review? I can't remember what I said in the review, but I wasn't saying good things about it. And then somebody gonna comment talking about, say you didn't play enough of the game without saying, and I'm like, yeah, if the game, my thing is this, if the game is acting all buggy and weird, I'm not gonna sit down and play. I'm not gonna continuously keep playing this game, keep giving it attention, and the developers refuse. Because I look at it like this. So, I play this game, I go the distance with it, ignore the bugs. The developers are all like, oh, well, if they can play through the bugs, we ain't gonna fix them. We just gonna leave them. No. You need to, when bugs are being reported, you need to fix them. So, where's that review video at? That ain't it, that ain't it, that ain't it. Where is it? I can't find it. Okay, here we go. So, I said Mistfall Hunter had a really bad stutter, but I can see it being popular in the future if the devs continue working on it. Rating 5 out of 10. 11 comments. When did I get 11 comments on this? I didn't even see these comments. They, huh. Okay. I didn't, there are some of these comments that I hadn't, seen. Somebody was like, Stutter makes it a 5 out of 10. Oh, you're just bad. Okay. And see, that's what I'm talking about, is that fans, you defend stuff like that. And that's why developers, they get so comfortable with releasing bad games. I done played games before where they're not all buggy and glitchy and there's stutters in the middle of the game. So one game that I have been playing a lot recently, where I would say at the beginning of the game, like at the beginning of whatever battle, the first battle that you do, it has like, it freezes up, but then it goes right back to you playing the game. It's a game called Pax Autocratica. I think some of you guys may have heard of me talk about that game. That game is a brand new game. It's made by some indie developers. They can come, and they probably don't even have the amount. It looked like Mistfall Hunter had like a little bit more development than Pax Autocratica. So my thing is this, right? I don't know team size, like, or the amount of money or stuff. But my thing is this, right? If you're passionate about video game development, you don't care about the money. You don't care about how many people are going to be playing it. You're going to want to come out with a game that is good day one. And long term, people are going to support that game. Games like that always do well. And the thing is this. Before you come to my channel, if you're listening to this podcast, before you come to my channel trying to argue with me, I've been playing video games for over 20 years. You're not going to out-argue me or out-talk me or know more about me when it comes to video. Unless you are a video game developer, you do not know more than me about video games. I promise you that. Quiz me. Send me a test. I don't care what it is, okay? But the thing is this. When it comes down to video games, something that I have been passionate about since I was a child, you are not going to outsmart me when it comes to video games. So, back to what I was saying. If a game comes out and it is buggy, I am going to say bad things about it. Why? Because there have been other games that I played with less people working on them and they don't have no bugs. What's up with that? So, and that's the thing with fans. They want to always blame the people that play the game that aren't fans. And I'm like, so are you just like, I guess like that closed-minded, like you don't play a bunch of different games, and then there's that one game where it's like you're experiencing the same things that I'm experiencing, so you just gonna say good things about it to, I guess, to what, stroke the developers' egos and stuff? Nah, I'm not with that, but that's the thing. Everybody done played the game that they didn't like. Now, some people may talk on it, some people may not talk on it. Me, on the other hand, I'm gonna talk about it. But if a fan comes up to me, get to arguing and all that, I'm not here for your argument. You're not going to change my mind about the game. I am going to continuously say bad things about the game. I don't care how the developers feel. I don't care how the fans feel. This is how I feel. If you have a problem with it, exit out this podcast. Never come back to my channel. But people that I'm telling you, they get so upset when you talk about their favorite video game. And I'm thinking to myself, are you being paid by the devs? Like, you guys got like some secret relationship going on behind closed doors. Like, oh, like the developers are like, hey, bark like a dog and you guys get the barking. Like, that's honestly what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me, at least. You guys ain't got no backbone to where it's like, oh, I'm afraid of saying something bad about a game. I'm not. I guess with me, it's like when you went and bought too many games that have been bad, buggy, glitchy, something's wrong with it. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I done played 10 other games just like this. What's the problem with this game? So the thing is this, because I have played quite a few different extraction shooters over the years. Two that I played a lot in the recent years is Arc Raiders and Gray Zone Warfare. So just to talk on my experience with Arc Raiders and Gray Zone Warfare and why I'm not playing those games anymore. But I will say that when it comes down to just gameplay experience, I never had no problems. Even with Gray Zone Warfare, the only problem that I was having with that game was that it wasn't, like when I would stream it on Twitch, it wasn't, not so much as like not showing up, but it was, buggy for my stream. But I guess if I wasn't a streamer, I would be able to play that game, no problems, no issues. I guess with me, I have a decent PC. And I guess that's another thing too. I'm like, people talking about maybe it's you. I have a $2,000+ gaming PC. Trust me when I say this. Again, I know more about gaming than you do. That goes for gaming consoles, gaming PCs, video games itself, DLCs, the video game soundtrack. It don't matter. I'm gonna know more than you, always. And if you have a problem, the thing is this, and I feel like that people will hear me say this, and then they're gonna get upset, and they're gonna try to quote unquote educate me with their gaming knowledge. And I'm like, if I done got you to that point where you now gotta educate me, that's still proving that I know more than you. I'm like, you're telling me the highlights of your video game knowledge. I don't need no highlights. I'm like, I need to see action. I need to see something where it's like, okay, like, that's, you might know more than me about gaming. But anyways, talking back on Arc Raiders and Gray Zone Warfare. So the first time I played Arc Raiders, I didn't notice no bugs with that game. I didn't notice any problems with that game. I had to say, the reason why I think I had uninstalled that game the last time around is just to save up space on my gaming PC. But no, overall though, but I had to say the reason why, I guess gameplay wise, why I had to uninstall that game is because people, they will wait until you get ready. No, actually I take that back. It was one of the reasons on why I uninstalled the game. But no, it was like one of the enemies, and they expect you to like do a mission in that area and stuff, or to look for something in that area. And or I think I think I had a key card, and yeah, and I went on. It was, I can't remember the name of the map, but it was like a gang of enemies in there. They're shooting flamethrowers, and I think I was trying to climb the bus, and he act like he didn't know how to climb. And I'm thinking to myself, am I playing Arc Raiders or the Division 2? Like, why is he getting stuck on crap? Like, just climb the bus. I'm just almost dropped my controller, but I'm just saying, like, if I'm being chased by something, I'm not gonna stand in the area and be all like, oh, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do. No, I'm gonna get the climbing. I'm gonna get, so that's why I'm like, I hate when games, when they be doing that delayed crap, and I'm like, fam, like, what is the problem? So yeah, overall though, but I would say that I had a better experience with it than Mistfall Hunter. At least I was able to go the distance with Arc Raiders. Then I have to say probably my favorite extraction shooter out of all the extraction shooter games, it will be Gray Zone Warfare. Now, the reason why I had to uninstall that game is because, yes, it's not in the best of state right now, but I will say, compared to Mistfall Hunter, much more better state. A lot more playable. The only issue that I have with that game is that when they have you do missions in there, they'll tell you to go to one area, but the mission takes place all the way across the map. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, something like that, please just pinpoint where exactly I need to go to. Because it's like, if you tell me, okay, so I guess for my Washington, not fans, but residents. So imagine if somebody tells you, hey, I need you to go to Seattle real quick and pick up this package. Okay, I'm gonna go to Seattle and pick up this package. So here's the address. You told me that this is where the package is at. No, you gotta go all the way across the, not really across the state, but you gotta, so I guess, like, to explain it, like, if you're in downtown Seattle, you have to go back on the freeway. So, like, let's say you're kind of in between, right? So, because most places is like, you do have to go onto the freeway and stuff. So, let's just say you're kind of in between of these two cities. So, somebody tells you, go to Seattle and pick up this package. So, you get on the freeway, you drive to Seattle, you pick up, or no, you don't even pick up the package. You contact the person, it's all like, hey, where's the package at? They send you a picture of something in Tacoma where you have to go back on the freeway and backtrack into the opposite direction. Why not just tell me to go to Tacoma? That seemed like that would have made a lot more sense than to tell me to go to Seattle, look for a package that ain't even there, and I gotta go to Tacoma. That's what Gray Zone Warfare would do. So if they have it where it's like the mission does take place in Seattle, you don't know where exactly it takes place in Seattle. They just say, hey, go to Seattle and pick up this package. Do you realize how big Seattle is? Do you realize that it's going to take me some time to look for this package? So I remember that was the last time I guess when I was heavily playing Gray Zone Warfare, because they wanted me to find the whereabouts, I think, of a girl, and then all they just said was no. So I think I looked it up online, and I'm like, I hate having to do that with video games. I don't like having to look up stuff online. I just want to be able to play a game. But anyways, they was all like, they said that it's a pink tent, and I'm thinking to myself, do you know how many, like, things there are here in this game? Like, I think it was Blue Lagoon. Yeah, Blue Lagoon. They wanted me to go to this area and look for a pink tent in the dark. So they came out with an update where they patched the, I guess, the level of darkness. So now it's even more darker out. And I'm like thinking to myself, hey, look, fam, when you guys get your act together, I know where to find you in my Steam library. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and take a break from this game. So, and same with Arc Raiders. I'm like, you know, when you guys start having it where there's like some PvE lobbies and I ain't gotta worry about nobody ruining the game and stuff, or the environment being weird and things, then I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm like, I know where to find you, my Xbox lobby. But man, I'm like, I get tired of certain video games at times, because I'm like, I'm trying to have fun. Meanwhile, it's like the devs, they're all like, oh, well, we just want to release a bugged out mess and then take money, and then we gonna pay off these fans to say good things about the game. And I'm like, that's why nowadays when I get to talking about a video game and then a fan get to arguing with me about it, I just ignore them. I'm like, I'm not here. You didn't hear out what I had to say, so why should I hear out what you have to say? So anyways, with that being said, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you are new to the channel. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube, and peace.